Okay, so this is walking down to our basement. We've already have this door installed here with the glass window. And the first thing we're going to do for the basement is we're going to put a brick wall, an accent wall, right here as you're walking down the steps. So it will be kind of like a little, it'll be go from that corner to that corner up. And it'll be kind of like a little sneak peek of what is to come going down the stairs. We had looked into possibly getting hardwoods on the steps. And what we found out was that once we rip out this carpet, we would then need to remove each step and replace it with stainable wood, which is not what's typically under carpet. So it was too much involved, too costly. So we decided just to keep the carpet, and it's still in good shape, just not our preferred type of flooring that we wanted down into the basement. So anyways, like I said, the first thing we're going to do is take this wall and add a brick accent wall to it to give a little sneak peek of what will happen down in the basement. And not moved anything, so this is exactly as is, and you'll see that we have a partially finished basement. So this room right now we're just using for storage. We've got some exercise equipment in it, and eventually we'll have this converted into a full-size bed so we can have additional space for guests to sleep. So that's this room here. We already have a finished bathroom, and we have a media room that was finished as well, and we've been using since we moved into the home. And this is our unfinished area here, which is what we'll be finishing. So this is what the space looks like right now. We have this one long area, and then we have this other area that's below the sunroom. So what we're going to do is right in this area, there's going to be a bar. It's been laid out a little bit on the floor, but basically it will be a U shape with the sink right there in the middle. It'll be a backsplash of brick, and the brick will go all the way to where basically that drywall stops and up to the ceiling. There'll be 2 sets of floating shelves with a sconce. That's what that white piece of electrical plate is right there. Be a wall sconce there, and the sink below cabinetry, and there'll be a dual height bar here, so it'll be really high for the bar top on one side and then counter height on the other side. And it will be painted gray with a quartz countertop. And so yeah, that's what we have planned for that. The next step right now, because we got all of the electrical in, there'll be 3 pendants, as you see there, coming down on top of the peninsula of the bar. So that's what we'll do for that. And down here on this side, we will have a brick accent wall, the same exact brick that will be on the steps. We'll have 2 wall sconce lighting on either side of the television, which it's gonna be wall mounted. To the left and right, there's gonna be some floating shelves with some piping, some like gas piping. So what we're going for is kind of a industrial look with kind of an old pub kind of feel with the brick, but kind of like a modernized version of that. We don't want all old gray stuff. We kind of want it a little updated, but still have that character of like the industrial pipes and the old brick. Kind of reminds me a little bit of where I grew up in Wilmington, their downtown area. When you go to a bar, You kind of see some modern updates mixed in with some of the feel of the old colonial type buildings that were there. So that's kind of what we want to bring to our basement. So that whole wall will be an entertainment area. We're still trying to decide what's going to be in front here. The little spots that you see is kind of the border of a potential pool table. However, that would require a pendant lighting coming down, and I believe that that would obstruct the television too much to have that in the way. So I believe we're just going to do some sofa seating that allows the capability of a pull-out sofa for more, in case the kids want to have sleepovers at some point, or additional, seating and sleeping area for guests. So that's basically what's going to happen on that side of the room. And what we had envisioned for this area is possibly a shuffleboard. We're not really sure. We're still kind of trying to decide what to do. And potentially in this area, a cards table, but we're getting kind of close to the bar. This is where the bar area is, the entrance. So we don't want to block that. We don't want to go too close into the seating area over here. So we're going to wait until everything is finished to kind of finalize what is actually going to go in the space. And over here, it'll be more entertainment area. We did measure the entire space. My first idea, of course, was a pool table. Unfortunately, we are about 3 to 4 inches off in certain directions. So even with the shortest pool stick. And so I don't believe it's going to be the best solution for this area, but the good news is it is a decent sized space. So we've got 4 can lights at the top, and we've got the potential for a pendant light if we want it, or we can do a fan, or we can just leave it blank and just leave the 4 can lights in there. And then we can do either air hockey, or the other option was foosball, or possibly a shuffleboard table on that corner. So, and we have not decided for this corner yet. That has already been sheetrocked by, the contractors that originally did our home. So that's completed, and that's pretty much it. And the lighting throughout is going to be can lighting. We've got 2 here, and there's 2 more in this kind of walk space area. And then down on this end, we've got 4. So there's 1 kind of in each corner of this half of the room. And then in the center, there is a spot for a fan. So we can have that down here. So that's pretty much it.